Meanwhile, Apotheos wants to stake their claim to that #1 seed in the playoffs and the regular season title themselves. Started the season off really a shock loss to the Georgia Storm last week as Georgia Revolution traveled up to Knoxville, Hardin Valley, and beat 865 Alliance 3-1 in their return match. Lost 2-1 in the first game against Knoxville. Got the victory last weekend. A lot of storylines tonight as Apotheos tries to lick their wounds from their first loss. But the Revs have it in sight, even after a few losses this year, even after a 5-0 loss a few weeks ago here in McDonough to Appalachian. They still have everything to play for in one of the most competitive Southeast Conference seasons we've seen in a while. Currently, as games start tonight, nobody has been eliminated from anything tonight this season so far. So after tonight, we'll have a clearer picture. But everybody is still in playoff contention, and everything is really close. So we are ready for a tense 90 minutes here in McDonough. Referee's checking with the linesmen, and we are underway in the 1 versus 2 matchup. Very similar to a few weeks ago. We had a 1 versus 2, these same two teams in the same positions. Georgia Revolution went out to an early 1-0 lead in that game, only to give up a goal, 1-1, and immediately went back up 2-1 after 16 minutes and held that lead from the 16th minute until the 87th. Where they allowed a goal after defending much of the second half up in Kennesaw. And fortunately for Apotheos, they were able to find a winner in stoppage time. One of the more exciting games for Apotheos so far this season. This is really the part of the year where teams start to, lose players to injury, get a little tired from the travel. There's no call there. Blake White. Both teams have seen injuries as Mr. Hollywood, Aaron Witten, able to shepherd that ball out for the Revs. Revs are going to be missing one of their leading goal scorers for the rest of the season, Justin Guest, who was crucial in their battle against this team in the first meeting up in Kennesaw. We'll see how they plan to work that as now Scora is on the ball as he gets pocketed. Both teams just kind of trying to feel each other out in these early minutes. No team really wants to make that crucial mistake early. These teams played very good up in Kennesaw. It feels a little more narrow. Now Giovanni Rios for Apotheos, former Revs player himself, as it is saved by Nate Martinez. For those who remember, Giovanni Rios scored the game winner in the first ever Georgia Classico meeting a few seasons ago that beat the Storm in their first ever game in club history. Callum Score tried to get on the end of that one. Now Hollywood. Here to Angel. Now Jamie Orson. Orson got a red card at the very end of that game a couple weeks ago. As Craig puts the pressure. And now score on it for the Revs. Revs playing a little slower than they usually do. It's Martin Saucedo for the Revs. Tried to get on that. Almost feel the tension between these two teams as they start off very slow. I think both teams know what's on the line here tonight. Again, Apotheos doesn't want to. Apotheos currently controls their own destiny for the season, but a loss tonight would give that up to the Revs. That ball is kicked out. It's going to be a Revs throw. Jamie Orson finds Angel. Slow start for both teams. Continues. Just waiting for one side to make a mistake. Lewis Green tried to release Craig Chisholm there. It's now Blake White, actual local from here, playing for Apotheos. He tried to get a foul there. He's not going to get it. It's now Aaron Witten. Not used to seeing the Revs play this slow. Usually this season they've been a very direct team, very quick. Playing a little more conservative today. Lewis tried to find Martin Saucedo there. One other game playing tonight in the Southeast Conference, and that is a match between 865 Alliance and the Georgia Storm. Jamie Orson tries to find somebody. Both teams still very stingy. Now Angels has pickpocketed the midfield, and he still has it. Craig Chisholm now. Very sloppy from both sides. Now Angel is down. Apparent injury. Might have got stepped on there. lot of pain right now for the Revs. Like I said earlier to start the broadcast, it's the time of year where that really starts to, oh, as Blake White now has it. Nate Martinez there for the Revs. Something you don't want to see. This front line for Apotheos is very dangerous. A draw here does no good for the Revs. They do need to win to keep control of their own destiny for the top seed. As I said earlier, they look to win the regular season conference title for the third time in club history. Revs won regular season title in 2012 with a 1-point victory over Chattanooga FC. And again in 21 in a landslide. In the same year, they won the conference championship. This is danger area for Apotheos here as Callum Scora scored a few goals from this distance before. But it looks like he's not going to take it this time, as it is Yolo Jones, the winner of last year's NPSL goal of the season for his goal against aforementioned Georgia Storm, the Georgia Classico Elton. It's going to be a corner for the Revolution. Now Scora is going to take it for the Revolution. Ball's going to go out for a throw. It is kind of windy here in McDonough today. We'll see if that maps an effect. Of course, Drew Stanton is not on the pitch for the Revolution, who has the dangerous long throw, the soggy special, as we like to call it around here. It's definitely a weapon. The screen opts to go to Angel Squarrow. Yolo Jones now recycles it. No options there. And no team has really taken the reins yet, taking control of the match. So now it's trying to get over to Callum Scora. It was a good idea. Doesn't quite pop off there. It's Tom Wilson with the cross. Apotheos team moving a lot slower than they usually do. Of course, that could be a hangover effect themselves, as the Revolution had their own version of that 2 weeks ago. So they lost to this Apotheos team and then came here to McDonough and lost 5-0. Totally out of characteristic of this team. But that's how the ebbs and flows can go in a season like this with momentum. And that's going to be a corner. Great work there by Callum Scora to earn that corner. Those are the kind of little things that you like to see. Things that make the difference in pivotal games such as this. So Yolo Jones is coming over to take it. A little different from the norm, as I think the Revs want to get Callum Scora out on these set pieces instead of taking them himself. Yolo sends it in, and it goes over everyone. Wasted opportunity there, but you did like to see the Revs are starting to get the momentum cooking. Lewis Green with the foul. Anthony Sumo took the foul for Apotheos there. Chisholm has an opportunity here as he just kind of boots it long, trying to find scorer there. Again, it still just kind of feels like neither team wants to take too many risks here to open themselves up. Eventually, though, somebody's going to have to. I think Apotheos knows that a draw helps them a little more here. So Conquo back to Rios. Now Lewis Green steps in front of that for the Revs. But still miscommunication there. Seems the Revs still just want to play more direct, but the game plan looks like it might have changed for them from what they usually do. It's Tom Wilson out there defending for the Revs. Does well there. Nate Martinez taking kick for the Revs. Uncharacteristic there by Nate. Usually he's pretty good. Revs starting to press a little more. Goes from that distance. Like as I said, ball took a deflection. Nate Martinez dealt with it well. That could have been pretty disastrous for the Revs. So now Aaron Witten tried to find Saucedo. Apotheos there to stop that quickly. Revs doing good at keeping in their positions and not chasing too much. It's actually gotten them in trouble quite a bit this season. Saucedo now. Try to find Chisholm. Staffy for Apotheos there. Try to send in Giovanni Rios. Tom Wilson's going to clean that up for the Revs. Now his College of Charleston teammate, George Maxwell, passes it over to Orson, the Ivy Leaguer. Seguro plays it safe back to Orson. Now Green. Back to Orson. Not a lot of options for either team. Both teams playing well and keeping their shape. Now Witten. Back heel. Apotheos see that one out. Does kind of look like Apotheos is kind of playing for a draw out here, as they know that helps them more than it helps the Revs. If this game ends in a draw, the Revs would need some help to clinch that #1 seed. Rios. Now Scora. Aaron Witten tried to pick the pocket there. It's now Yolo Jones. The ball is sent to safety by Apotheos, but it's a Revs throw. Tom Wilson on the outside of the box sends it in. Aaron Witten was there. Again, last few sequences for the Revs have been very promising. Now Scores fouled from behind by Alhaji Tambadou, another former Rev playing for Apotheos. Well, it's a little far. 40 yards out. It's a good area to kind of chip it, maybe back post. See what you can get on it. Scora is a little better at placement. But again, it seems as the game plan today is to try to get him on the end of one of these set pieces. We're 23 minutes into this match now, as the game up in Knoxville is about to start between 865 and Georgia Storm. Yolo goes short. Tries to find Scora, back post. Good idea, something out of the training ground there, just didn't quite go off that time. But those are the ways that you break down a good team like this Apotheos side. Interesting to see how each team reacts to how the flow of the game goes. Should the Revs go up first, will Apotheos still play as conservative as they have been? Gio Rios tries to dribble out of trouble there. It seems now Apotheos is just okay, kind of conceding possession here. That kind of backfired for the Revs in the second half of the first matchup, as they gave up all the possession to Apotheos and they found 2 late goals. It's Tambadou. Now Apotheos get their turn to be dangerous. And that shot is blocked. That shows you how dangerous this Apotheos side can be when they do go forward. Both sides just seem kind of tired until they get that little bit of chance. Craig Chisholm was angry there for the Revs, as nobody really moved up with them. They're very slow. Aaron Witten able to fight and keep the possession there. Yellow Jones finds Saucedo. Saucedo tries to find Tom. Not going to go off there. It was a good idea. Giorio's fighting in the midfield. Tries to dunk it over. Lewis Green's going to save that. Chisholm tries to take that, chest it down, doesn't quite get there. Revs doing a good job of swarming the ball when they turn it over or almost turn it over, keeping this Apotheos side working. Blake White tries to get a foul there. Doesn't go off. Did go down soft there. Not for lack of trying, though. In these kind of games, you want to get any kind of opportunity that you can. Still, communication issues for the Revolution. They just don't seem quite as quick and sharp as they do when Justin Guest is out on the field. Luckily, last week it worked for him without Guest. But so far tonight, cohesion just doesn't look like it's quite there. This is a bad giveaway by the Revs. Giorrios is dangerous. It's now Blake White. Aaron Witten gets on the end of that, gets it over to Scora. Now Tambadou takes a shot himself, and he scores. Ahaji Tambadou scores against his former club.
Go Apotheos FC, Ahaji Tambadou.
Ahaji played for the Revolution various times between 2018 and 2022. Now we'll see how this game complexion turns. As now Apotheos has the lead on the road. Controls destiny themselves here. Will they sit back or will they continue to attack? The Revs need to get a goal. Referee giving a talking to Blake White for diving. Told him not to simulate again. See how the Revs react here. It seems now Apotheos is pressing. Might be a chance for the Revs here. Craig Chisholm. Tambadou. Cycles back. Little pep in the step of Apotheos now that they do have their lead. As Apotheos seems like a new life has been breathed into the team now. Passes are more crisp, they're more quick now. It's the difference that a goal can make, turning the momentum in this match. As now it seems the Revs are chasing, quite literally. They say Apotheos is using the best defense is good offense. Just keeping the ball away. That's all they need is this 1-0. Refs have to make sure when they get the ball, they keep the ball and make smart passes. Try to break down this Apotheos team. See if they get a little greedy here now that they have a lead. Try to expose that. It's Craig Chisholm. Tries to send Saucedo. That ball slices out for a ref's throw-in. Saucedo. Oh, Saucedo with a great chance for the Revs. Those who watched last season, Saucedo on his NPSL senior team debut scored an absolute cracker of a goal on the other side of the pitch. A chip from about 30 yards out, right into the top corner. What a way to start a senior debut. Saucedo was the first Revs homegrown player to start a match for the NPSL senior side. Actually made his senior debut in the U.S. Open Cup against Southern States. Atletico Linier last season. Craig Chisholm is able to get on the end of that one, as that's going to be a throw for Apotheos. That's the kind of opportunities you want to see the Revs have. Just takes one of these to go in for the Revs. Of course, they do need now 2 goals tonight in order to control their own destiny. Craig Chisholm tries to dance around. Isn't able to. Gio Rios, danger man for Apotheos. Tries to flash that across goal. Apotheos not able to tap that in on the far post. Another dangerous move for Apotheos there, as now teams have felt each other out. We're 33 minutes in now. Starting to see the chances come. Saucedo working hard for the Revs. Turnover by Apotheos. It's Aaron Witten. Bad first touch there from Witten, but a good move for the Revs. Didn't quite go off in the end. But those are the kind of situations you like to see if you're a Revolution fan. Those kind of opportunities you got to take advantage of. Apotheos okay with just passing it around the back a little bit. Keep that possession, keep it away from the Revs. See if they can pick a pass like this. They have a chance here. Good step by Jamie Orson. And a runner going towards goal. Another great slide tackle defense by Jamie Orson, the Yale man himself. There's a foul. Yellow Jones with the tricky feet there. "10 minutes in the match, down up in Knoxville between 865 Alliance and Georgia Storm, still 0-0. That also another game that has big playoff implications. Both of those teams are currently out of the playoff race. For 865 Alliance, they're only out on goal difference. Georgia Storm is only 3 points behind them. Lewis Green tried to get on the end of that. Misjudged a little as it goes out. But a great placement there by Skora. Foul called on the Revolution there. It's Jamie Orson again for the Revs. That's a dangerous clearance by Tom Wilson. Doesn't come off in the end. Jamie Orson the last few minutes has been the every man's defender for the Revolution. Great few clearances. Said he did get a red card for a dangerous foul at the very end of that game in Kennesaw earlier. Ended up being the last action of that match, actually. Revs force the turnover again as Witten's on the ball. Skora for the Revs picks up on that mistake. Doesn't have a lot of options now. Decides to go to Seguero. So now Skora is drifted into space. Back to Orson. Craig Chisholm sends a cross across the face of goal, but nobody's there on the back post. '40th minute here, this pivotal match. Apotheos with the 1-0 lead. Tom Wilson with the great defending for the Revs. It's Witten now on the ball. Yolo Jones. Yolo tries to go over the top for Skora. It's on the end of it. Can't get that touchdown quite yet. It's also a dangerous option. Revs tightening the clamp down with a press. Trying to get that turnover. As Tom Wilson spun around, has possession, sends it down the line for Witten. A little too far that time. Apotheos taking their time now as they know they don't need to get another goal yet.
Just a reminder, anybody who'd like to participate in the crossbar challenge, please go sign up at the store. Thanks.
Free kick for Apotheos. Good chance offside here by Apotheos. Revs got to be careful defensively there. They got lucky that time. Apotheos is pretty good at that. Revs want to try to keep this ball down. They want to get in a soccer tennis match. Usually doesn't fare well for them. And both teams just kind of flat for this first half. So it is coming to a close soon. We'll see if any adjustments are made. As I said, the Revs want to control their destiny. They need 2 goals. Revs have another dangerous free kick here. It's Lewis Green. Scored 2 goals last season against Appalachian FC here at McDonough High School. See if we'll find him on the end of one of these set pieces. As Tom Wilson is limping for the Revs. There is Lewis Green. Keeper is bowled into. Play is resumed now. A little frustration on both sides right now. Nothing going quite the way of either side. Luckily for Apotheos, they do have the 1-goal lead. But other than that, nothing has gone right for either side, really. Apotheos tries to go over the top. Tom Wilson's there for the Revs. Now it's Hollywood. Scorer now for the Revs. Sato. Now Witten has options. Sends it across the face of goal. Defended well there. Now Tombadou for Apotheos, the goal scorer. Trying to find Rios. Those two played together for this team in 21. Jamie Orson just tries to send it back. Saucedo. They put pressure on. Good feet there by Craig Chisholm. As that is now halftime. Very frustrating half for both sides. Fortunately for Apotheos, they do have the 1-0 lead. A lot of work for the Revs in the second half if they want to keep control of their own destiny. We'll be back for the second half. Welcome back here to McDonough High School. McDonough, Georgia, as we get ready for second half action. This pivotal 1 versus 2 matchup in the NPSL Southeast Conference as Apotheos leads 1-0 over your hometown Georgia Revolution. Had a really sloppy first half from both teams. Luckily, it's a wonder goal scored by former Georgia Revolution player Alhaji Tambadou. The only difference in this match, otherwise it would still be 0-0. Both teams looking to change a lot here in the second half. See if the frustrations continue or they change. Waiting for the referee signal. So they're having a talking to with the coaches here. Historically speaking, here at McDonough High School, as this is the second year the Revolution have played here, most of the goals the Revolution have scored have been on this right-hand side goal. They are going to be attacking. Coincidentally, they have also given up the most goals. There must be something about that side of the stadium, but we'll see how this pans out. Tom Wilson ushers that ball out of bounds. It's going to be a ref's throw. Callum Scora got kind of ran into there from Apotheos. No call. It's also no call for Apotheos on the throw-in. Refs kind of letting them play it out here early in this second half. So we do have a score update up in Knoxville. They are in the 38th minute in Hardin Valley. And Georgia Storm lead 1-0 over 865 Alliance. Seems the Georgia Storm have found life late in this season, as they did beat this Apotheos side last week. Now they are on the road up in Knoxville, leading 1-0 right before halftime up there. Ref is giving a stern talking to Iolo Jones. Offside by Apotheos. Quick take is now Hollywood Witten. Has space. Finds Scora. Be a Revs throw in now. Second half starting off a lot like the first half was, just very stagnant on both sides really. Very slow game, not the usual type of match you would expect between the number 1 and 2 teams in the conference as Craig Chisholm tries to find Skora. As I was saying, it's just kind of flat here tonight. Not the kind of fireworks you were expecting. And that plays into Apotheos' favor as they don't really want to get into a barn burner with this Revolution team. Before their loss last week, the Revolution gave them the hardest test they had. Ref being very particular here in the second half now. Pass was too light by Saucedo. It's Tom Wilson gets bowled over by his own player there. Now Yolo Jones. So he finds Seguro. Seguro back to Orson. So now they recycle it. Now Green tries to chip it over. Apotheos able to get that out. Seguro. Witten. Able to turn. Takes a shot. Goes off the arm. No call. Apotheos doing all they can to slow down this game. So they want to get out of here with this 1-0. Rios. Now Craig. Yellow Jones cleans it up. Chisholm again. Bad giveaway there. Chisholm working hard, and he's able to cause trouble there as now the Revs pick up a foul. Saucedo got stepped on there. Saucedo doing good work. Another opportunity here for the Revolution. Get one of these set pieces to work and they can make a match of it. In the 51st minute now, Apotheos still lead 1-0. Apotheos able to clear the danger. Maxwell there to save it, keep the pressure on. Skora trying hard to get on the end of that as he picks up a free kick in a dangerous spot. Apotheos starting to argue with each other. This frustration's starting to flare up on their side. See if the Revs can take advantage of that. Will it be Skora? Will it be Jones? Chipped over by Skora, trying to find Lewis. Dangerous here for the Revs. And Apotheos has their second goal. Revs absolutely flat-footed on there.
Goal by number 10, Blake White.
Number 1 seed slowly slipping from the Revs here. As I've said before, previous broadcast, the Revs have come back from 2-0 down before to win. Not against quite the quality of team this Apotheos side is. Another dangerous free kick for the Revs. They now need 3 goals to control their destiny. Revs had a shot there. They got exactly what they wanted. Nobody was able to follow up on the near post. Tom Wilson was the only one there for the Revs. Apotheos looking dangerous here. Can they get a third to ice this off? Still plenty of time. The Revs need to find one next 10 to 15 minutes. And a draw does not do them good as far as controlling their own destiny for the number 1 seed. A draw will, however, help them in their quest for a playoff spot. First yellow card of the match for Descent. Otherwise, clean match. Couple hard fouls, but nothing egregious. First yellow card comes as Descent. Rick Chisholm gets that one out of there. And there's the dagger for the Revolution. So now that's 3 goals for Apotheos. And now the Revs just hope this doesn't turn into another 5-0 loss or worse.
Goal, Apotheos.
Aaron Witten for the Revolution. So Guerrero back to Orson. Now Maxwell. Revs just trying to get some kind of pride. Doesn't look like they'll be getting the regular season title this year, but they still can fight for a home playoff match. Scora is a frustration foul there. Frustration boiling over for the otherwise professional Calum Scora. Calum Scora plays for Charlie FC. Currently playing the 6th division in England, National League North, right under the National League, where a lot of casual fans might know that Wrexham played in last season. Revolution definitely feeling the loss of Justin Guest. Don't really have any options to go down both sides. Justin Guest tore up this Apotheos team a couple of weeks ago. But without him, not a lot of options for the Revs. They are missing quite a few. Chisholm now takes a touch inside. Ref's trying to get anything. Scora tried to dribble in there, almost got off with it. Now we have a counter again by Apotheos. Guerrero. Now Maxwell. Revs lose it here. Another turnover. Try to flash it across goal. Apotheos still on it. Revs defense in shambles tonight. Just can't seem to get it right in this second half. Seems that ball went out. It's going to be Apotheos' throw. Little confusion here. This ref seems to be talking to his fourth. And we got a red card to Craig Chisholm. And the night just gets worse for the Revolution. Frustration boils over. Absolute terrible night for the Revolution again. Last two home games have been incredibly awful for this club. Now the Revs will play with 10 men, down 3 goals. Total loss of composure for the Revolution here. Another chance here for Apotheos. Jamie Orson able to shepherd that away. Now Tambadou, goal scorer earlier in the first half. Offside on Apotheos. Now Aaron Witten comes off. Andre Jimenez. So far in the last 2 home games, the Revs have allowed 8 goals and scored none, which is not what you want to see for a home game. Trying to find Andre Jimenez here as he heads it over. Not quite there. Ignacio Gallego for the Revs with that shot. Good thing the Revs aren't quitting. Even though they're down a man here in the second half, 69th minute. Nate comes out and gets that one. Ignacio tries to head it back in. Apotheos there to clean that one up. Apotheos trying to find a fourth here. Another night here in McDonough where it just doesn't seem like anything is going right for the Revolution. Nate with a good tackle there to keep the danger away for the Revolution. Ignacio for the Revs has a run here. As he's in. Be a corner kick for the Revolution. Good opportunity there. Crazier things have happened in this sport before. See if the Revs can mount some sort of comeback here. Scora's going to take this for the Revolution. Kevin Fitzgerald has come on for the Revolution. Scorer got on the end of it, but it is saved. Revs doing a good job of putting on pressure even down a man. They have not given up yet. It's Kevin Fitzgerald intercepts that. Scorer sends it back to Fitzgerald. Now Jimenez. Bad pass there by the Revs. Another turnover. Good tackle there by Jamie Orson. Yellow Jones. Just out of the reach. Foul there.
Keep going, come on, keep going.
Apotheos going to take their time here, try to get out of here with their 3-0 win. To just about ensure that they get top seed. Not mathematically yet, but they'll be hosting playoff matches up there in Kennesaw at North Cobb Christian. George Maxwell now for the Revs. Andre Jimenez. Offside called against Scora. Coming Apotheos player down now. We're going to be even 10 aside here for at least a minute or two. Revs throw in. Apotheos taking their time again. A little gamesmanship going on here. Wilson taking his space for the Revs, trying to find options. A little stagnant. Good step there. Good sequence for the Revs. Weren't able to put that one in. Shows they are still going, even down 3-0 and down a man at the same time. Bad turnover by the Revs. Apotheos has a chance to make it 4. Former Rev Gio Rios. Cleared off the line. Apotheos still has danger going. They are up a man. They have an advantage. '50th minute up in Knoxville. Still 1-0 Georgia Storm over 865 Alliance. Offside by Apotheos there. '81st minute, Revs down 3-0. Revs had a good chance coming in tonight. Control their own destiny for the top seed, regular season champs. That is not going to happen this year. But they still have to play for the playoffs. Possible home playoff game. They will have to win their last 2 games at Appalachian and against the resurgent Storm here at home. That's not a given, as the last 2 home games, the Revs have given up 8 goals and only scored 0. Blake White's in on goal. Great save by Nate. Revs still have stuff to work for. See if they can salvage a little bit of pride here tonight and get at least one. It's Pierce Ringdahl now. Another one of the Revs homegrown players. Pierce Ringdahl played on last year's U19 NPSL Southeast Conference champions. Rios. Be a corner kick for Apotheos. Jimenez not able to clear that. Apotheos still in the danger area. Apotheos makes change. Apotheos trying to find Gio Rios over the top. There's that soggy special throw I mentioned earlier. Unfortunately, it's not in the box. Now we might have an opportunity here. Now we get a chance to see that Soggy Hirsch special. It's Drew Stanton wearing the famous number 14 of said Soggy Hirsch. As he tries this long throw in here. And it goes into the keeper's arms. Flag stays down. Lucky there for the Revolution. We're now in the 87th minute. Jimenez got to the end of that one, but it does go out. Apotheos throw. A few more minutes left in this one. Shouldn't be too much stoppage time. We did have a red card. Foul called for the Revs. Apotheos running down the line now. Trying to add to the misery of the Revolution, but Jimenez is there to shepherd that out. Gio Rios still there for Apotheos. Drew Stanton. It's now Piers Ringdahl. We are now in stoppage time here in McDonough. Shouldn't be too much, as I said earlier. This Rev team's going to look to reset as they travel up to Boone. As a pivotal match for the Revs. A must win if they want to host a playoff match. Seeing how tight the conference is, it could be just to get into the playoffs, period. As this season's conference slate has gotten very tight. The Apotheos throw in. Another frustrating night here for the Revolution. Second home game in a row. Just can't seem to catch the magic here at home. At this rate, it might actually be better if they don't host the home playoff games. Their home form is terrible. Revs have a chance here. Goes wide. Callum Scora gets on the end of that one, and the Revs get a consolation goal in the 90th minute. Stoppage time.
Go, Georgia Revolution, Callum Scora.
Revs are able to salvage some kind of pride here tonight. Won't be too much more time in this match. Haji Tamadou for Apotheos. Tom Wilson's able to get that one. Drew Stanton picks up a yellow for a hard foul. And that'll do it. Another miserable night comes to an end for the Revolution. They had everything to play for tonight, and unfortunately, they will not be going for their third regular season title in club history. But they still do have everything to play for. So they still need to tie up one of those playoff spots. As mentioned, come back here in 2 weeks from now as we play the Georgia Classico, part 2 for this season against a resurgent Storm team. Should be a great game, and there could be major playoff implications in that match. This is Justin Murphy, voice of your Georgia Revolution, signing off as Apotheos FC beats Georgia Revolution 3-1 in the NPSL Southeast Action Conference.